This right here is the Rare Old Super Whisky from the Nikka Distillery.
I wonder if it's gonna taste that way.
Let's find out in this week's review. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd.
I'm Rose and I'm the Whiskey Noob.
And like we said, today we're looking at the Rare Old Super Whisky from Nikka. So let's get into the glass and see if it tastes rare, if it tastes old, and if it tastes super.
There's a lot going on in that name. Rare.
Yeah.
I keep missing the order. Rare, old, super. Is it rare? Is it old? Is it super? What if it's all three? What if it's only rare and old but not super?
Let's find out. I mean, because this here is, I will say, this is a bottle we got at the Nikka Distillery.
It was so much fun.
A while back. This is exclusive to, it's the same whiskey as far as I'm aware, but we got it was just exclusive to the distillery because it's got a fun little label on it, and it's also coming in at a 500ml bottle, so it's a smaller size.
Like, look at this cute bottle.
It's a very cute little bottle. It does come in at 43%. It's non-chill filter. Oh, it probably is chill filter. It's probably got colour added, so it's probably the same whiskey as the normal Rare Old Super, which comes in at, I think it's a 700ml bottle, but it's just the distillery exclusive. It did cost, I will say, only about 18, 19 euros, less than 20 euro for this bottle, because it was at the distillery. Very, very cheap, very, very good value. And it's just meant to be one of their kind of approachable blends from Nikka. Yeah. Because when we did the tour
was great.
Yeah, the tour was very good. It was definitely like a tour, like it wasn't like very interactive, but it was nice to see though the history and see all the...
But like you're walking between buildings and stuff, they're pointing everything out. It was really quite well done.
Yeah, because the Miyagi Distillery, because you can kind of guess maybe from the label, it's like in the middle of a forest. Yeah. And like they're like, oh yeah, we didn't cut down any of the old trees, we just built buildings kind of around the trees. And so it is quite nice to just be walking through a forest and suddenly, oh, there's a distillery. It's quite nice. This was one of the whiskies they wanted to highlight on the tour, because we have got other whiskies from them, we will be reviewing those, but this was one they wanted to highlight on the tour because it's meant to be their kind of approachable, easy drinker, even though it is Rare Old Super Whisky.
So what's in this whiskey?
Well, it is a blended whiskey, and it is a non-conforming Japanese whiskey.
Okay, so non-conforming to the current rules, so it's not pure Japanese?
Correct, yes. So it isn't conforming to... So the rules for Japanese whiskey changed recently enough, a couple of years ago. Yeah. It used to be that they could kind of blend in other countries' whiskey and still call it Japanese whiskey. Yeah. Now though, if you want to call it Japanese whiskey, it has to be entirely made in Japan.
So this is not entirely made in Japan?
No. And Nikka own, they own a distillery in Scotland called the Ben Nevis Distillery. So it's, I mean, the only way for it to not be conforming is if it includes some of that whiskey from the Ben Nevis Distillery. Yes. Yeah, so it's going to have some of that whiskey.
So it's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Doesn't say how much of that whiskey is in here, but it's probably some proportion of it is in this blend. Yes. So it's also a blend of malt and grain whiskey. So grain whiskey is going to get, it's generally corn based, quite sweet, quite light. And then you got the malt whiskey, kind of biscuity, kind of like heavier shooty.
I'm starting to get more on with this like malt train. The malt train. This whole biscuity thing is like kind of talking to me these days. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. It does have whiskey from the Yoichi Distillery and the Miyagi Distillery, even though this is the Miyagi exclusive. Yeah. The Yoichi Distillery has it's a bit more smoky. It's a bit more peaty. Miyagi a little bit lighter, a little bit sweeter. And then the Ben Nevis is kind of like just a regular old, not regular old Scotch, you don't want to say that.
But it could be a regular old super Scotch.
It could be a super Scotch, yeah. But it's not like a heavily peated like an Islay whiskey or something like that. It's a Scotch.
Scotch.
Yeah. So do you want to go in for the nose?
Let's do this.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Kanpai.
Kanpai.
It's light.
It's light.
I've got some sweetness, like the caramelly-ish, but like it's a little bit like some sort of caramel cookie.
Yeah, I mean, it is coming in at 43%. A lot of Japanese whiskies, like Irish whiskies nowadays, coming in at 46%.
I know, 46.
As like a target. Japanese whiskies, almost like 43%. Yeah. But they've also got less whiskies that come in at like 40%. Yeah. So it's almost, they've got more at 43, whereas our better whiskies are now coming in at 43. So it's not a 46, but it's not much of a difference, but a little bit of a difference.
A little bit of difference?
Yes, but it is quite light, quite sweet, almost like a toffee apple.
Oh, as we're getting into fall.
Yeah, a little bit like a toffee apple, like it is caramelly sweet, but with that kind of like orchard fruit note.
It's got those autumnal vibes.
Autumnal vibes, yeah. Have you had a pumpkin spice latte yet?
Oh my god, no, not yet. I wonder if they're out here. I know they're out in the States.
They might be out here. Let's go back to the whiskey though.
This turns from a whiskey channel to a coffee channel. I do wonder.
She does wonder.
Not because I can actually pick it out with my nose, but I have a curiosity.
She's a curiosity.
Is there peat in this?
Well, there would be.
I assume yes.
Yes, so Miyagi-Kyo, they make whiskey that's not peated, and they make whiskey that's like medium to heavy peated.
Okay.
Yoichi, apparently, they can make whiskey that's not peated, but apparently they go from like medium to high peated.
Oh.
So there is some from Yoichi in here, and so that will have peat, but I can't really... Maybe like a herbal character, like not the smoky nature of the peat, but like the flavor of the peat.
Okay, because I'm starting very slightly to try to understand where peat works for me, because most peat, I think it's way too peat forward. But now I'm finding that some whiskeys I'm drinking have secret peat, hidden peat.
Hidden peat. Crouching tiger, hidden
peat.
Yes. Crouching peat, hidden smoke. But yeah, it's not really smoky on the nose. So do you want to go in for the palate?
Let's do this.
And see if it's smoky. Cheers. Sláinte and kanpai.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. That has taste.
It has taste. Yeah. Like, it has a bit of an evolution in the palate.
It does.
It starts off like initial hit of sweetness, hit up front. Then you get like the oakiness. You get a little bit of the peat.
I got peat.
Yeah, and then as I kind of took a breath, I let it go there. A little bit of like almost like herbal character came through again.
But does the herbal come from peat, or is that something else?
You can get it from herbal malt, like depending on the way they malt the whiskey, the malt barley. Sorry, you can get herbal character.
I feel like my tongue is a little tingly. Maybe that's the herbally bit.
I think maybe There's almost like I don't want to say minty note, but like
there's a little bit of something minty in there. That's why I was confused. And there's just a taste. I'm like, what am I tasting?
I don't know. Don't go in for another taste.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's quite. I won't say it's simple, but it's like it's a bit of malt forward. It's not overly complex. I'm getting like almost like that dry, that like tingly nature, almost like cocoa almost.
Yes, cocoa. Like because cocoa is normally like a little darker and a little sprinkle of that little powdery cocoa.
Almost like with a coffee with acidic, like cocoa powder. It can be drying.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
But not bad.
Offensive.
Just that kind of like sharpness there with the oak, with a bit of malt, with that bit of peat coming through.
Yeah, I definitely get all that. I think there's something, I wonder if it's the minty, so there's just like this tingliness in my mouth, and I wonder if it's like
Is it more like a peppery tingle or more like a herbal tingle?
I don't know, like a zesty.
Zesty, like okay.
Zesty
like
tingle.
do you think as if you licked the outside of an orange or a lemon?
I don't often lick the outside of an orange or a lemon, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
But then you like the lemon peel, that flavor.
Maybe citrusy. I'll land on some sort of
citrus.
Citrus zest.
Maybe grapefruit, maybe lemon.
Definitely not grapefruit.
No, definitely not grapefruit.
I don't like grapefruit.
Okay. Well then maybe lemon, but some sort of citrus in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in for the finish?
Okay, let's do this.
I will say finish kind of light. Most Japanese whiskeys, at least to me, they've got quite a short finish.
Yeah.
But let's go in and see what we find.
Cheers.
Cheers. Alright, so yeah, up front you get a sweetness, you get a bit of herbal character, a little bit tingly kind of herbal spice.
I am just wowed by what's going on in my mouth.
The finish, pretty clean.
Yeah, the finish ends pretty quickly, but like it's not like it's just gone. Yeah. It's just short. It's like a dog with a short tail versus a long tail. It's still there.
It's still there. Yes, there is still a finish on it, but like a dog's tail, it's quite short. It's there's not a lot of huge extra notes in there on the finish. Like maybe a little bit of fruitiness, almost like not like I'm eating a raisin, but like I ate a raisin a while. Like the little bit of a raisin. Like the lingering kind of like almost like a dried fruits, that kind of flavor coming through a little bit, but not in a huge way.
I'm still getting cookie vibes. I'm getting a cookie vibe.
A cookie vibe. What kind of cookie?
Oatmeal cookie.
I know. I could see that.
Oh, because sometimes you have oatmeal and raisin cookies in that one. Oh.
We landed on it. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely something like a kind of biscuit, like also malt with grain. You're gonna get biscuity sweetness, and with a little bit of fruitiness, you get that. Yeah, a kind of oatmeal cookie. Like as I'm breathing, as I'm talking. That kind of flavor coming through. Yeah.
So if you want maybe a different kind of dessert whiskey, have this with some oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yes. Now this outside of Japan, outside the distillery, kind of expensive.
Okay.
I think I've seen it on sale. I think I saw someone had a bottle like this one, the distillery exclusive, for like €80 at auction or something like that. Whereas we got this for like, I think it was like 19. It was like 2,100 yen. When you translate
like
that,
€15.
15 and 16 euro, depending on the exchange rate of the day. It'll go between like 15 and 20 euro. So this was not expensive.
No.
And it's like one of the whiskeys, like you said, on the tour. They kind of highlighted. They said, here, try this out. It's our kind of like, it's our best foot forward. It's not the super expensive, not the super fancy, but it's one anyone can, at least if you're in Japan, anyone can afford, anyone can buy, and it's nice.
Let's move to Japan.
Yeah, so I think that's all there is to say about this whiskey. If you want to
like it.
If you want to see more reviews like this, check down below, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. We put out whiskey reviews on Wednesdays. We put out cocktail recipes on Fridays, and there'll be a cocktail recipe featuring this whiskey this Friday. So if you want to see that, make sure you hit subscribe and leave us a comment to let us know what kind of whiskies you'd like to see us review in future.
Yeah.
But now, I think I'm going to keep on enjoying it.
Same.
And we'll see you next time. Sláinte.
Bye bye.